Welcome to the Ecliptic Spiritualist channel. I'm Ranita, and we are going to get into our Work Your Magic Wednesday Divine Guidance reading. It is coming in a little later this afternoon, but we're getting it in and reroute our schedules a little bit, getting ready for this switch up for virtual school due to everything that's going on. So all of us are working around things to make sure it works in our favor of how our households are ran. So I hope everybody is negotiating their time with their families and with work and balance, because most of all, balance is important, right? To be available for everyone and polarity. So let's get it in. We've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse. And then as I clarify, we have the Ten of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands as I clarify. Now, we're still in this little energy here, and this may resonate with you for this week, okay? But we're still in this same similar energy of what the divine and source spirit guides are trying to convey, is that you're still dealing with some concerns about confrontation with people, embarrassment, confrontation of your circumstances. And being head on about the circumstances to where you are in your life, so that others believes of you, or they believe in you. So the question here is that there's a lot of confrontation, some discussions back and forth in reference to what you're about and who you are and how you believe and how you do things in your inner self, in your personality, and where you stand on matters. There's a lot of question around that from others, okay? And so with this Ten of Wands, as you pushing forward through this, at times it still seems impossible for you to move forward. Sometimes it's a struggle in moving forward through these conversations and debates and just back and forth and where you stand in your own belief system. Now, in saying that, each and every one of us have our own belief systems, especially how your home base is reared. Every home has its own set core of community values. So my house may be next to another house, meaning not the frame of the house, but the people in the house thoughts or their morality codes, moral codes may be very different than the next household. So when you're dealing with other people and you're having confrontations and embarrassment, because you feel embarrassed with these confrontations or these discussions, it's because these things are coming head on due to the full moon in Aquarius, and you standing your ground of who you are and where your faith system lies in. You can trust in your own faith base of morality, or what your standards are for yourself. You have to stand on that for you. Now, you can negotiate things with the other person or persons in their standards too. It could be negotiable as long as it works within your realm of your morality, of where you see things. You still could stand up for yourself, and those my angels, for who you are in your faith system, okay? And at times, those discussions are going to be challenging and impossible for you, because you're like, my gosh, they don't get that this is my moral code. Well, keep standing on your truth. Even if it's due to embarrassment or confrontation, it is what it is. Either they're going to benefit by trusting that this is your moral compass, or they're going to figure out that they need to bend with your moral compass, or they're going to bend the way on out the door. And that's just where it has to be. And you being brought to this is coming to a head for you. And it is pushing through with the Aquarius full moon. We've been seeing this same topic coming through since Monday. The same topic has been hitting a lot of areas. And you as an individual, as we grow from age to age or grouping to grouping ages, you have to find out what your moral code is too, where you're bending at. But you have to have some kind of moral base, a code, especially if you are trusting in the divine, the source, the spirit guides. There is a moral code, and how you get to that knowledge is taking time in your sacred space on what's acceptable to you and what's not, even if your core values have changed since you've moved out of your family code of your household that you grew up in, or wherever you are currently today. You have to have that, especially if you are a person that is trusting in the divine, the source, the spirit guides, the creator of all things. If you're trusting that, there is a moral code within your spirit and within your soul. And that takes time to dig deep in yourself. Lots of times people come for different readings, different things of this nature. And sometimes, as a person that is neutral, I don't judge a person in their readings, where they are. I always have to spin that belief system back to them in the game of life. When you spin that knob and it stops at a number, you have to go back within yourself to find out where your moral code is and where that bend is. It's very important. Sometimes when people come for readings, they're asking you and they're asking the cards for that as well. But the cards, lots of times, if it's a person that's living within the code of divination, they have to bring that moral code back to you. Say, what are your thoughts on this? What do you believe? Because even the tarot is not going to tell you, you got to believe like this. It's spiritual, and it's still, that's why when people say the tarot is bad, it's not. It's spiritual. And the cards, the major kind of cards, deal with your spirituality code. Okay? So in saying that, everything is always turned back to you to look at yourself in the mirror to see where your code is bending. So you need to take time in your sacred time. You can always join Today is Sacred 2020 on Patreon to work through your code abilities, to find out where your standards are and where you are today in your moral code, so that when people are confronting you with things, you know where you stand in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your abilities. Now, in the astrological forecast for this Wednesday of this week, the moon is now moving into the sign of Pisces, so we may help to smooth over the rough edges, make it easier to detach from drama, and maybe even for a little while feel oblivious to the details of what's going on around us. Rest and relax. And if you can get a few days off, find some water to sit near, a lake or river or the beach. Your soul will thank you for this nice break. So take time for you. Take time for yourself. It's very important. And getting into your sacred time, your sacred space. Did you get a chance to do the full moon ritual and intentions? I hope that you did. It's very important to work that energy for the next 6 months. We do it all the time with the lunar cycles because it brings about diligence and consistency in your life. Lots of times people have to be programming things so that they can change things, and that's what we're here for, to teach, guide, and direct. Okay? So in saying that, I love you for watching today. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please share the videos as well. Reference us to others if you find it of value for yourself. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe here on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Call us, schedule your intuitive readings for this month of August. Don't get caught up in unemployment. Whether if the government is giving you this additional money, you should be taking advantage of this time to develop your own set of skills of building your own business and becoming self-made. Okay? Use that ability yourself so that way you don't have to wait on anybody else. You are using your own gifts to stretch yourself out and to be your own currency, because you are your own currency, your energy. Okay, so schedule your intuitive readings, schedule your spell work, schedule your supplies, things that we carry on our website as we grow and go through the rest of 2020. We're at the halfway mark. I will see you next time. Bye bye.